It was in July 2020 when I uploaded my first proper YouTube video. It feels so strange how much time has passed since, and even more given that it was an almost daily thought to try and continue creating more for this platform. It feels like so much has happened since, and at the same time not much changed at all. This started as a result of the events of 2020. I was back home unexpectedly and with a lot of free time, and I was always curious to try making videos, so it was the perfect timing. I quickly realized that even if it was really fun and rewarding to do this, it was also extremely time-consuming. During these 4 years, I had multiple attempts of coming back, and this resulted in about 3 or 4 unfinished and unpublished videos. Thankfully, if you are listening to this, it means that I managed to break the cycle. This year I feel the most focused I've been in a lot of time. It feels like it's the right year to get back here. This is how the idea of a monthly video recap of the photography I shoot on my daily life came to me. I have never stopped shooting for myself, and also part of my work is in wedding photography. I just didn't have space to properly share my work. I've never been a fan of Instagram. This is also a great motivator for reminding me to shoot more. As life gets busy, I did decrease how much time and effort I was spending in photography. This footage is from the beginning of the year, when me and my friend Pablo went to shoot a music video unrelated to this channel. It was a very simple setup, but it was also a great opportunity to start flying a drone, which I'm sure you will see more of here. If you used to watch my channel, you will know I was almost exclusively shooting film. Part of the reason was that at the time I couldn't afford a professional camera. So naturally, the cheaper nature of film cameras and film, which at the time was still quite accessible, made it possible for me to explore this hobby. Since then, I now own a Canon R6 and some really nice RF glass, the 28-70 and the 70-200 mostly. And to be honest, with the price increase of film, I was seriously considering just shooting digital. To me, even if it didn't look like this, film also came with a lot of frustration. I lost a lot of rolls of film due to accidents or lack of skills, and it still haunts me that I will never see some of the pictures I lost. It always felt like I was working around the tools. Most of the equipment was either hard to use or faulty in some way. Lenses with fungus, mechanical parts just failing, developing being hit or miss, and lastly the scanning process, which I found to be one of the most frustrating parts, as I could never achieve great results like I was seeing online. I'm happy to say that this has changed for the most part. In fact, in this video you will see my first roll of film with my new Canon EOS 1V, which I bought just a couple months ago. This is a really advanced film camera, and it almost feels like shooting digital, which might not be as romantic as shooting medium format, but surely feels liberating and reassuring. Developing and scanning were other points of frustration, as I had tried multiple labs around my area, but it either felt like the final digital images were not of good quality, or the price tag for the fancier labs was simply unaffordable on a monthly basis. And also it came with basically finished digital images, which to me felt limiting, as I love to have raw files to edit, even if it's a slight change with film. This brought me to experiment with self-developing and scanning, but again, it felt like a workaround without proper equipment and space. I also invested with 2 scanners, one of which I was never happy with. I can go more in depth of this whole process, what I used to do and what I do now, in another video, as it's not the focus of this one really. So this month has been quite mundane. For the last few years I've been working remotely and traveling quite a bit, so it always feels a bit strange when I spend a longer period of time back at home. Lately my life is mostly focused on growing my business, so that doesn't leave me with a lot of time to pursue other interests. What you will see photography-wise is basically what I have around my place. It's quite a calm, slow life, which sounds and is quite nice for the most part, but there are other lacks which I don't see people mentioning often when talking about this. There's a part of the house that we have recently renovated, so this is what you are seeing here, just finishing up some final touches of this area. It feels quite strange to see an area of the house that I have seen since I was a kid, totally abandoned, and now turned into a cozy area. This is why I wanted to document this new space. It's not the first time that we have experienced such change, and it almost feels unreal, like the previous state is still there, hidden somewhere. I'm quite fortunate to have a space like this in my daily life. So this is what my photography is like nowadays, just what I have around me and my pets. This year I don't have any trips planned so far, which used to be the time where I was the most focused on photography, but I'll try to make something happen. It's been also a remarkable amount of time that I haven't made a landscape photography trip, so probably this is what I will try to change on February or March. I hope you have enjoyed this update, and hopefully I'll manage to record a more purposely photographic video like my previous videos in this channel. I might change my mind and finish up a photography video I made in Budapest, Hungary last year. Let me know if you have any ideas of what you would like to see. I'll see you in the next one.